What is up, guys? It's Bounty Hunter 2113 or Robert here. Just making a quick video today. As everyone knows, spring is here, thankfully, so car season's getting ready to get up and get going if it hasn't already. But just a nice Saturday here, and getting ready to wash the G. I normally try to make sure it stays pretty clean, but we got a bit of dirt. Went home for spring break, and definitely just have a little bit of brake dust and things of that nature on the G. But I had a couple questions. I have a lot of people ask me kind of what I use on the G, keep it clean. I take a lot of pride in keeping my car clean, so ignore some of the mess. But I was just gonna kind of do a quick video showing you kind of what I use. It's not top of the line stuff. I'd say the products that I use are what the average person could buy. Not a professional detailer by any means, but I've just watched a lot of videos on YouTube, like Ammo NYC, a couple people that do a lot of detailing, and so I'll just give you a little rundown of kind of what I use, give you any updates on the G, and we'll go from there. So as far as cleaning the wheels, you don't want to use anything too crazy. A brand name that I turn to a lot is Meguiar's. I've never seemed to go wrong with Meguiar's. So for the wheels, today I'm not necessarily going to do the wheels because, I mean, they're not that dirty. I've only driven it a couple times since I last washed it. But we'll come over here kind of to where I have my stuff. So here's kind of the products that I use. None of this is sponsored. I don't get any of this stuff for free. Pay full price. So I use Meguiar's aluminum wheel cleaner. I've used it for years. Never had any problems with it. I spray it on. It's not too expensive. You can pick this up at any O'Reilly Auto Parts or Advance or anything of that nature. I use Meguiar's Quick Detail. That's always really good. I use that a lot whenever I had my black G, and normally I keep a bottle or two of that. Normally after I wash it and I dry it, I'll put a little bit of that on. Sometimes a quick wax, just to keep the wax build up. Whenever I do a full wax, I always use this Tech 2.0 by Meguiar's as well, or the liquid wax. It's a little bottle that came with the Meguiar's DA power system. I'll show you in a minute. Coverall. As far as tire shine, I know some people don't prefer tire shine, some people do. More often than not, I'll use it. I don't always use it, but it does really well. It doesn't sling very much at all. It's a nice clean look, really easy to apply, things of that nature. Eagle One Never Dull. Back before I got the car tuned, I would put this on the exhaust tips back when I still had the motor down exhaust, but back when the tips were nice and pretty looking, I do miss that. But with just the extra fuel and everything else, they just kind of stay black, and it's a pain to try to keep them clean. So kind of slacked on that. Something else I bought was this Chemical Guys Max Coat Wheel Guard. I used it once on one of my back wheels. I didn't notice anything spectacular with it as far as keeping the dirt and things of that nature off of the wheels. It was kind of a hassle to take all the wheels off and put it on. I think I actually did the two back wheels. But some people say they like it, some people say they don't. I didn't really notice a big difference, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it if you want to try it. But if you want to try it, I didn't see any negatives of doing it. So other than that, just have Goo Gone in case I'm helping my family take some stickers off their cars or something. That stuff's pretty good. Invisible glass, it's always a good glass cleaner. Some clay for clay barring, whenever I do that. And I do have some Carnauba wax as well if I decide to use that. Pardon the mess, I'm still cleaning up. Got the 350Z wheel off. I'll show you the new G35 one I got put on. I'm actually going to sell this. I mean, it's in great condition. There's really no problems with it. Just wanted to get that changed out. Go back to the Infinity one, just where, what it's supposed to be. As far as soap, I have the Chemical Guys Honeydew Snow Foam. My girlfriend also bought me a jug of Maxi Suds. I have not used that yet. I don't know if there'll be a huge difference between the two. Before I use those two soaps there, I would use the Meguiar's Ultimate Wash and Wax. This stuff I've used for years. I've enjoyed it. It smells great. It does great. Once again, I've never had any issues with that. Bug and tar remover, don't really ever use that on my car, but my family and friends' cars I will. Just have kind of some tools here. Since I'm just here for school, I've kind of just brought what I could with me. As far as waxing and buffing and things like that, I bought this Meguiar's, let's see. Bought this Meguiar's DA power system. What it is, it's a dual orbital system. I can't really show you on camera, but either way, it's like a dual orbital buffer, but it just attaches onto a drill. Comes with a handle. I think it was like 50 bucks, 50 or 60 bucks. This this wax pad is definitely seen its better days. I bought a new one. It's somewhere. Oh yeah, I bought a new one off of Amazon, and it looks great and all. But the problem was that I put it in a baggie to try to keep it from getting dirty, and with the moisture that built up in the bag, the Velcro just came off the back. So need to order another one of those. But comes with you can get the polishing pad. You can also get the compounding pad. That's the Meguiar's. That's the buffer for the Meguiar's heavy duty headlight restoration kit. That works well. That works very well also. And then up here, we just have the assortment for anybody that washes their cars regularly. The never-ending supply of microfibers. I got, clean ones for just doing some dusting. I gotta wash this one, but it's like a max absorbing towel. It's pretty big. I have some Chemical Guy ones. I just have some more generic towels. These blue ones by Chemical Guys, I can't remember which type, but they do really well. I've enjoyed those. But yeah, so that's that. As far as brushes, I just bought this, standard brush here from O'Reilly Auto Parts. And this is the head that originally came with it. I use this, as you can see, it's kind of gotten dirty from doing other people's cars. I use this on just family members' cars. This is the one I use on the Infiniti. As you can see, there's quite a difference between how clean they are. Since the Infiniti is never really too dirty, I just swap those heads out. So now I'll show you what I use. What else I use? I got 2 buckets from Chemical Guys. A couple other people sell these, I know. I think Obsessed Garage has a line of these type buckets with the screw-on caps. I do have the grit guard at the bottom, and also this kind of like a 90, so you can wash your brush off with it. That's always really good. Gets the dirt off, lets the dirt sit down the bottom of the bucket. These buckets you could also go ahead and get with the lid, like I was explaining. It's got a rubber seal around the top there, so you can just, if you don't live somewhere that you can wash your car in the driveway or an apartment complex or something, you can fill it up with water and then close it up. So whenever you go to a pressure washer or some coin wash place, you can have your soap and water already ready to use, so you don't have to burn up money. Same thing in here, just have some Maxi Suds or Honeydew Snow Foam. Grit guard down there. I went out and bought this from, I think it was Home Depot, just a Ryobi pressure washer. Nothing crazy. Bought a set of tips off Amazon for pretty cheap. They've done pretty well. Nothing really wrong with them. I mean, this thing does well for the price that they are compared to the higher dollar pressure washers. This one flows 1.2 gallons per minute. I know the more expensive like gas ones, like the Hondas, flow somewhere around like 3 gallons a minute. As far as washing a car, this thing's worked perfectly. I mean, I've also used it to do the driveway some, or fence, things of that nature. But you know, if you want to spend the extra money and get the higher gallons per minute, the one thing I will say is with the foam cannons, it makes really, really thick foam on the car. I actually went out and bought this off of Amazon. The Chemical Guys Torque, T-O-R-Q, if that focuses, yeah, the Torque foam cannon. This thing's worked well. It's still pretty thick on the car. I've enjoyed it. It comes like this. The one issue that I've had with this, and I have Chemical Guys, not because I think they're the best product in the world. It's just a company that I've heard and seen a lot of people talk about. So I've just decided to try their stuff. I wouldn't honestly say their stuff is the best in the world, but I haven't had many problems with it. The biggest problem I've had with any of these people's product is the bottles. The bottles for the foam cannon. I don't even have one of the old bottles, but I bought this one, and the bottle did not look like this. It's the bottle that comes with this originally is... The bottle that comes with this is originally less see-through. The markings are not as clear. But the problem I had was I would use it and I'd put it up. I think the first bottle, I maybe got 2 uses out of it. And then I came to use it, and the neck, like right around here was just snapped off. Like, I didn't even have this thing tight because I specifically like loosened it so it wouldn't cause too much stress on this bottle while I was just sitting in the garage. It was sitting in the basket with all the microfibers that I showed you earlier. And I had that happen twice. And one time, after it broke the first time, I got another bottle, and every time I'd use it, I'd take the top off. I'd take this whole piece off and just leave the bottle resting by itself. And I went to use it a couple times later, and I hadn't even tightened it all the way down. I noticed that it was really loose and it wasn't tightening. And then that's when I realized that the whole neck was just twisting with it. It had already snapped about halfway, and it was just barely hanging on. So I was pretty aggravated by that. I ended up giving up on that bottle. So I just these threads don't 100% match up. There's a rubber seal, or they have like a rubber thread cover, so it's not metal threads on plastic, which is a good idea. But these threads don't match up 100%. But honestly, this is my, I think, 3rd time using this bottle. Hasn't broken yet, knock on wood. So hopefully it will last. But if you get the Torque foam cannon from Chemical Guys, it works well. It does its job. It beats any other, like, any of those foam cannons you hook up to your hose, like your garden hose, and just spray. It's way better than that. I've really enjoyed this thing. I've just been disappointed with the quality of the bottles. That's all I can say. And I'm not the only person that's seen that. If you look up any reviews, that's kind of seen the same, people saying the same thing. As far as the pressure washer, I haven't done anything else. I went to Lowe's, bought a couple quick disconnects just to make it easier as far as hooking it up, because that's really the only thing. Just did a couple quick connects on there for the hose, put one on the bottom of the pressure washer and on the hose as well. So if I wanted to disconnect that. Let's see what else we got. So I think that's about it when it comes to the car wash stuff. One of the 2 updates that I've got on the G is I originally had these Kinetics high flow cats in the car. Now, the original owner had these on the car. These were one of the few modifications that he had on it whenever I bought it. Other than that, it was pretty much stock. But when I was getting it delivered, it was the passenger side. That's just as a driver. Whenever he was getting it delivered, when they loaded it up on the trailer, it bottomed out a little bit, and it hit right somewhere around here on the trailer, and it caused this pipe to get bent upwards, which then created a problem for when the Y pipe hooked up on this end. It wouldn't seal 100%. Up at the top, there'd be a gap, or it would want to start to like slice off, so it would kind of seal like that. And as you can see, well, let's see. Let me get you outside. Oh, there you go. As you can see, there was a bit of an exhaust leak it wasn't so loud, but there was one. I knew there was one, and so I wanted to get that fixed. So I went out and bought some Motordyne ART test pipes and put those on, as well as got those on the car. So I'll do a video on that later showing how that sounds compared to what I had on the car before. And the last update is, you can see I got the new steering wheel put on. You know, not hard at all. If you guys have any questions on how that was done, just send me a message and I can maybe make a video if there's a lot of people asking. So that's it, nothing else new. And if you guys have any questions, just feel free to message me on YouTube. If not, and if you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more content. I'll try to make videos when I can, like I've explained in other videos. I'm really busy with school, but whenever I get a chance like today, I'll try to make a video. The next thing I'm going to try to do, get the GoPro charged up, do a video showing how the exhaust sounds of the new test pipes, as well as show the rolling anti-lag, the two-step, and the patch that UpRev came out for these cars. And yeah, I guess that's it. So like I said, please like, subscribe for more. I know there's something on YouTube about notifications. If you want to turn that on, you'll get a notification, I think, whenever I post a video. But other than that, if you got any questions, please comment, and I will try my best to get back with you with a response. I appreciate it. Bye.